Let's go over some of the tools we had to use. To get the wheels off, I used a breaker bar. It's usually just a common name for a very long ratchet. To take off the brake caliper, we used a 14 millimeter on a 3/8 ratchet. Flathead screwdriver when we compress the caliper. The BFH, big hammer, used to knock the rotor loose because it was seized on. Brake clean, anti-seize, and we're done. So we saw how we loosened the caliper, compressed the cylinder. This is the piston cylinder we're talking about that when I put in the screwdriver from the other side, this is what I'm compressing. I'm pushing it back inside its housing. This is the bracket that not only holds the rotor in place, but then the caliper bolts to this around the rotor, like that. A brand new pad. You can see the depth in which the wear surface is, and then here's one that's a used one, already taken off. This is one of the ones that actually came off of this vehicle. You can see what happens when your wear surface is completely gone. There's nothing left but the backing plate, which is sheer metal. And when it rubs on your rotor, it causes damage to the rotor, and that's where your noise, vibration, and basically brake failure happens. All right, we're just gonna rock this side out. This is a battery-operated impact hammer. This is a simple device you can use to easily remove something that you saw me straining with on the other side with the breaker bar. You can see how easily it removed the lug nuts. Compress the caliper. Remove the caliper slide pin bolts. Remove the caliper bracket bolts. There we go. Yeah, those are on there. Move your rotor. It's your new rotor. Caliper bracket back on. Tighten back up. The anti-seize to the brake tabs. This is just for noise prevention and to help it stay in there good. And you want to make sure you don't get this on the wear surfaces, because it will basically stop it from doing exactly what it's supposed to do. You don't need to coat the entire pad with that, only where the surfaces touch your caliper piston and the caliper itself. Reinstall the caliper, making sure not to twist the line. Slide right back in. And again, you want these snug, but not over tightened. One of the tricks for picking up a heavy tire as well is roll it up your knee, right to where you need it. Another one of the advantages of using a pneumatic air gun or this battery powered one is I don't have to lower the vehicle to tighten it. It spins so fast that it find your valve stem with the little hole in the, and we're done. And that's exactly how a front brake job is done. I hope you enjoyed this episode and got to learn something. Make sure you follow the instructions properly. This is a very important part of the vehicle's not only maintenance, but functionality and how it works. Brakes are obviously very important. Once you've completed your brakes, since we didn't open the line for the brake fluid itself, but since we compressed the caliper, it is now open. So once we lower the vehicle, we're gonna have to get in and pump the brakes a few times and you'll feel it get firm, and that's to meet all the new parts together. The caliper will expand, push the brake pads into the rotor, and then function properly. If you don't do this step, you can start the car. When you hit the brakes, nothing will happen. It'll just keep going. So this is an important step that you gotta remember to do after changing brakes, whether it be front or rear. All right, so now that the vehicle has been lowered, we're gonna set all the brake pads and rotors together by simply, with the vehicle not running, I'm just gonna manipulate the brake pedal. I'm gonna pump it a few times, and after, there it is, about 2.5, it's completely firm, which is telling me that all the parts are now seated together properly. That'll keep you from having an issue trying to drive it afterwards. The only last step is checking the brake fluid. Which we look good. That's it. So I'm David with the Real Husbands of Loudoun County. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.